Rated G. What's up guys, it's the MiddleAgedGamer and we are playing Transport Fever 2, continuing on with the campaign. We're on a mission called the High Flyer and it is based in Hollywood here in the US of A. We're going to go ahead and get into it, but before we do, or before I go any further, I do want to let you know a quick disclaimer. We are trying to do this mission as quickly as possible and as efficiently as possible, so just because I do something a certain way doesn't mean you have to. I will tell you this mission is relatively easy. Some of the bonus tasks may sound kind of hard, but I'll show you how to do them worst case scenario. So what I am going to do per a YouTube subscriber is I'm going to show you how to use dual tracks when I get to the train section. It's probably the best practice on using trains in most of these type of games, where you have basically parallel tracks that are side by side and one is one way, the other train goes the other way, and trains can enter and leave the tracks based off the signal. So I will show you guys how to use that about midway through or towards the end of this actual scenario. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. Campaign, we're on chapter 2 and we're going to do the High Flyer mission based in Hollywood. Oop. Select the wrong thing. I need to start. Restart. There we go. Much better.
The 20th century is just dawning in sunny California. The friendly weather is as advantageous to the aviation industry as it is to the Hollywood Dream Factory. And right between them, Howard Hughes. The enterprising heir to millions has lofty ambitions.
Good old Hollywood. Never been there myself.
On Earth.
Don't really have plans to go to California personally, but
film producer.
I heard there's some beautiful areas around there. Oh, I have been to San Francisco, so I can't say I haven't been there, but San Francisco was okay. It was alright. Overpriced homes, in my opinion. Lots of different cultures, which I think is cool. But has a big city vibe, just like any other big city. Alright, mission's almost loaded up. And this mission does throw a ton of tasks at you at the same time. You just have to literally take it one step at a time. So just remember that. It's going to throw 10 things at you at once at certain areas of the mission. And we'll kind of go through it one by one as quickly as possible, like I mentioned before. But much easier than the Swiss-made mission that we did last one.
Acquire all of the old airplane models that are still
okay, so basically it says find Junkers F-13 airplanes for the film in Bakersfield, so just click on here.
Mr. Filippo, a star on the local music scene, would hand over an
so we're going to do things, basically we have to make 64 noise here in Los Angeles. The easiest way to do this is basically just to set up a bus line. So let's go ahead and set up a quick bus line right here. And I am going to, let's see here, open the land use layer so we can do this properly. I'm going to have one by the airport, that's always important. And let's see how to best do this. Here. Let's run it this way. We want one by the train station as well. So quite a few stations compared to what I normally do. You could add 2 or 3 more in there, but that should be sufficient for now. Let's go ahead and add the road depot. Oop. I don't want to do the elevation. What am I doing? There we go. I'm gonna rotate. Alright, so let's go ahead and put let's just say let's put 10 on the route since it's relatively big. We could actually do more. And we got to make the line, so let's make this line first. Oops. Missed one. There we go. And we'll call this bus LA route. Let's go ahead and speed this up. So that will take care of the making noise. As soon as it gets out, let's go ahead and head to the next step. Click on the question mark by Bakersfield.
The group of owners would
so basically complete 5 takeoffs and landings. Pretty easy. Just go ahead and buy the Junkers F-13. I guess we can't. We gotta buy the Donner. Buy whatever airplane you can get. Set up the new line. And that's it. We're just going to make it take off and land at the same place. Bakersfield. If I could spell, that would have been nicer, right? Alright, so that will click off that particular mission. We have another question mark all the way out here. Let's go ahead and click on that.
A famous actress owns 3
Basically, we
of the
just have to build a road to the villa. Very, very easy. Go into
having the road to her mansion,
the road builder here, and we'll just basically do it off of here. There you go. All right. As we're waiting for the next step, we could build another bus route in San Francisco. We could also build one in Santa Barbara, or we could also run the train tracks to Santa Barbara and over to San Francisco. I'm going to go ahead and run the train track basically from San Francisco to Los Angeles. Well, I'm going to do it along the coastline and stop in Santa Barbara. So let me go ahead and put a train station here. We won't need this till way later in the mission, just so you guys know, but we will have to transport people from San Francisco to LA via the train tracks. So let's go ahead and do this. And then let's lay the tracks. I'm going to do, I guess we could do high speed. It really doesn't matter. We have almost unlimited money, if you can see that. Alright, so making noise is done. Now we just got to wait for the 5 flights to complete. And it should have checked off 1 already. Don't know why it hasn't. I'll have to look at that here in a minute. I didn't want to build a bridge, but it doesn't matter. We got plenty of money, like I said. Is this guy going? I didn't set it to the line. That's my fault. Alright. It says it's a bad route, but it's actually fine. It's just going to itself. We'll wait till that completes its flights. And let's go ahead and run the tracks to the other side. Probably want to go south that if I can. Only because we're going to have a track going from basically here to the steel mill to this place and then to over there. And that's where I'm going to show you how to do the dual track system, but it's not till later in this mission, just so you guys know. I don't need to waste that much money. Try not to waste too much money. I know we got plenty to go, but if I can help it. Alright, I do need to go up at some point. Let's see how far we can go down here. There we go. Just want to keep it south of there. There we go. Connect it. And we'll go ahead and put a train depot over in this area. This will not use the double track system, just so you guys know. It's just using a single track on this particular line. Does that have 2 tracks? It actually has 2 tracks right there. Okay, so it does connect to both. Alright, let's go ahead and just pick up a train. This probably won't make any money, I'm not going to lie. We're going to use the Super Chief, because that's what it's going to require down the road. And then I'm going to put about 3 or 4 Super Chief wagons on there. Let's go ahead and do 3 for now. We can always upgrade it. And set the line, go from San Francisco to LA. I guess we'll have it stop here in Santa Barbara as well. So we'll just call this train San Fran to LA. And that should be moving now, hopefully. There it goes. Perfect. Alright, so that's set up. We could also do the bus line. Let me go ahead and set this guy up. we got time. Hopefully we do. We'll put one by the airport, one by the train station, and then we'll just kind of run it through the city as needed. There we go. I could have done that a little bit better, but we're fine. And let's just go ahead and put about 7 buses in here, set up the new line. And we'll call this bus. Oops.
Very good. Meanwhile, the necessary aircraft have been assembled. Now the film set has to be appropriately prepared, and it must be ensured that no obstructions hinder the planes from taking off and landing.
Alright, so the next step is we have to get 2 airplanes running in this area. First and foremost, I'm going to delete this guy right here. We don't need him anymore, and we don't need that route anymore, so let's delete the Bakersfield route. Basically, I have to get 2 planes that are crossing this section at the same time, and they both have to be the Junkers F-13. So first and foremost, let's set up a line from LA to, let's say, Santa Barbara. Probably be the easiest. So air LA to Santa Barbara. And I do need to name this bus line. So bus, I'm just gonna put San Fran for short. There we go. Now let's go ahead and buy 2 vehicles. We need 2 Junker F-13s. And go ahead and set them to the line. Now this is going to take a little bit of turning around, more than likely a few times. Hopefully I can do this relatively quickly. So this is our only mission at this point. Looks like our train route seems to be doing okay in the big cities. Alright. I want to click on that if I can. Can't even click on it. Jesus. Let's go ahead and turn this guy around. We'll go ahead and reverse this guy as well. Hopefully I did that in the right order. If not, I'm going to have to turn it around again. Hopefully they turn around at the same time. We'll see here in a second. It's going to be close. They should both get it in there in the circle now, hopefully. 1 and 2. There we go.
Mr. Hughes' Aviator movie is in the can.
I'm going to delete both of those vehicles or sell them. We don't need them.
But your client already has new plans in store. Make sure
okay,
that
so this is again where it throws off a lot of different missions for you.
By acquiring...
We definitely just need to do one thing out of a time. So let's click on the first question mark in Los Angeles. We have to deliver alcohol to the hotel, which is right there, Mr. Hughes Hotel. Pretty easy, just go ahead and put a truck stop in front of it. We'll put it on this side. And then for alcohol, the plant is right here. We can go ahead and set up a truck station outside. Almost a truck stop, but it's a truck station. Oops. Let's try that again. There we go. And we'll set up the line. And we'll call this truck alcohol delivery to hotel. And then next thing we need is a road depot.
Mr. Hughes has made it his goal to become the world's best golfer. You're supposed to support him on the way. Your boss would like to have a place where he can practice playing golf with his current girlfriend, the famous actress Katharine Hepburn.
Let's go ahead and get 5 of these vehicles.
A challenging course with interesting landscaping has to be created.
Okay, so let's set up the sand delivery, which is gonna, I think this is the bonus mission. We have to deliver sand to the golf course. pretty straightforward on this one as well. Basically just drag a road from the golf course over. And I'm going to put another road depot somewhere in this area. There we go. Now he's got to set up the truck station. And then the truck stop for at the golf course. And we'll just put 5 vehicles on this line as well. And we'll just name that truck Sand Delivery to Golf Course. Okay, so that's 2 items out of the way. Let's go ahead and click on this question mark.
The owner of a golf course in Beverly Hills will be prepared to secretly acquire shares from third parties if, in return, you help to increase the popularity of her greens.
So basically we just have to bring more people to the golf course is all we have to do. So for that we are going to set up a, let's just do a bigger bus station here, even though we may not need it. And let's put one downtown somewhere. Now first and foremost, I'm going to actually add the big bus station downtown to the route. So let's do bus LA route. Be nice if I could see. There we go. So what's it close by? We probably need to add it to after 5. So go add station. He'll put it at 6. There we go. And I'm going to set up a new line going from here on up to the golf course. So put LA to golf course. And then pretty simple, just need to add 2 or 3 buses to that line. So this will be LA to golf course. That should bring visitors up there. Alright, for the next step, let's go down to Santa Barbara, excuse me, click the question mark.
Mr. Weber bets that your boss won't be able to break the speed record for circumnavigating the globe. If he does, he'll surrender.
Alright, so basically just got to keep an airplane in the air for at least 3 minutes. Let's go ahead and buy another junker right here because they're the slowest. And we'll do LA to Santa Barbara. And what we'll do is we'll actually turn it around mid-air. Do we have any more question marks, or is that it? Okay. If I can click on the damn airplane, here we go. So I want to make sure this guy's in the air for 3 minutes, then I'll basically sell him because we won't need it. You can see it's already counting up pretty quickly. We're just going to have to turn it around probably 1 time, maybe twice, worst case scenario. So let's go ahead and turn that around.
Very good. You've laid the foundations for a course.
So we delivered Sam to the golf course.
But what's still missing now is the aesthetic touch and the necessary discretion.
We'll do that here in just a second once this hits 180, which it should here in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sell this guy. We don't need that airplane anymore. Now we got to plant trees and bushes on the golf course. Pretty easy. Go to the land tool right here, and we want to scroll all the way over until we get to right here. We'll make the brush size a little bit bigger. And basically just plant trees.
Magnificent. Thanks to your dedication, Mr. Hughes has been able to secure a majority shareholding in the airline. Now he can do whatever he pleases. Up, and away.
Set up the golf course. Alright, so next thing is we have to build an airfield near the golf course, which we can go ahead and do right now.
Since Mr. Hughes takes pleasure in every convenience, he should be able to land his plane right next to the golf course.
There we go.
The golf course is extremely exclusive.
Now the next step is we need to transport 10 people by airplane between the airfield in San Francisco and Los Angeles airfield, so we do need to set up a line for that. So LA, and we'll go over here to San Francisco. We'll just name this Air LA to San Fran. And then we just need to get a couple of airplanes on each. We'll go ahead and do 3 each way. LA to San Fran, and they're just gonna take off, I think. I don't believe they'll pick up passengers if there is any, and we'll do 3 over here. That way we have 6 total going each way. I'm gonna put a couple more buses on the LA route. Let's go check the other routes as well. Hopefully our train's doing okay. Oh, we got 219 people there, so let's check out the train. We need to hold more passengers if that's the case. If I can find the train, there it is. It's probably full right now. Yeah, definitely need to add. There we go. $15 million change. It will definitely hold a lot more people. I may have to actually make the train shorter. I don't know if it's gonna be able to turn around once it gets to San Francisco is the only issue. If not, we'll fix that worst case scenario. Alright, so as of right now we're just waiting for these planes to transport people, and there's no one on board quite yet. That will change in the near future. I'm going to add some buses to San Francisco as well. Go ahead and add 4. Try to get more people to the airport if we can. And we already have 22 people lined up to get picked up, so we'll click off on that next objective for transporting people here in just a minute. This guy's taking off with 10 people. That guy's taking off with 10 people. This guy already has 7 people getting delivered, so from what it looked like, maybe not. Okay, no, he didn't have anybody on board. All right, let's see if this train can turn around. Will it allow it? I think it will, hopefully. Okay, it did, because it's not switching tracks, so we're good. This guy is completely full with 216 people. It's making $2 million plus every 2 months, so hopefully that profit will increase in the future. It's almost where we need 2 different trains going back and forth, but that's fine. I'm just going to leave it as is. And once these flights get to the other direction, we'll click off on the transporting 10 people as soon as the first one lands and delivers the passengers. Okay, so the other one landed in San Francisco already.
Wonderful. Modern aviation holds numerous challenges.
All right.
Your boss is a genius who finds the right
so now we have to
solution
complete
for every problem.
bringing the
All
tools
that's missing
factory,
is
or
putting the
let's click on these
solutions into
so you can see. We have
practice.
to bring steel
Mr. Hughes
planks
is supposed to design a seaplane
and
for the military.
machines to the
Since
workshop
steel is a scarce
right
wartime
here.
commodity, the
So this
gigantic
is kind of
flying boat
important. I'm going to show you guys
must
how
be
to do a
built
dual
entirely
track
out of
system, which is
spruce.
what one of my subscribers was wondering. And I'm going to show you how to set up the signals on that as well.
Mr. Hughes wants to be not to achieve his goal. Mr. Hughes needs to complete quite a few training flights. Make the necessary preparations.
All right, we'll go ahead and do this
so that
bonus
your
task
boss
real
can
quick
soon
too. I'm just
claim
going to
to be the
select
world's
a
best
junker,
pilot.
and then we're just going to set the line for the golf course, which is right here. We'll name this Air Golf Course Route. Now you could slow down time right here, or you can keep it going 4x. It really doesn't make any difference. We do need to set up a cargo station here. I'm going to make the length a little bit longer, and I'm going to go ahead and set it up for 2 tracks. And I don't know, we may have to connect the road after the fact. Yeah, I think we are. So let's just set it up relatively close. Hopefully that's good. Let me go ahead and drop it down a little bit closer to ground level. And then let's connect it, make sure that we're good before we move any further. And the way you know it's connected, let me get this done first, is when you click on here, this should be highlighted. So pretty straightforward. Same thing on the other side. We're going to go ahead and set up a cargo terminus station down here by the tools or machines, whatever you want to call it. And we'll go ahead and leave it as 2 platforms as well. And then we'll connect it via road. Just make sure it is highlighted. That is. And then we need, same thing here, 2 cargo terminus stations for each of these. We'll go ahead and use the same lengthy terminus stations for both of these to make it easy. Let's go ahead and drop it down closer to ground level. Make sure it's connected. Not sure if that connected it at all, so there we go. Much better. And we gotta set up the next one down here by the planks. So do this. Actually, I may do a regular cargo station since it's kind of facing that way. It's a little bit easier on there. Alright, so now we got to lay the tracks. I'm going to use standard track. We don't need to use high speed for any reason. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the tools or machines all the way over to the workshop. And I'm not too concerned with tunnels or how much it costs to build offhand. That's already $2 million. Don't care. We got plenty of money, as you can see, $450 million to work with. Pretty open track right there, and we'll connect this into the top. Just gonna follow this all the way. Again, we're making parallel tracks the whole way. There. So for each side we do need to make crisscrossing tracks so that they can choose which platform they want to come in on. If you ever played Railway Empire, that's a good tutorial for this. Oh, that didn't work. Just make sure you set it up correctly. Sometimes you have to... Ooh, don't want to delete that either. Just want to make sure you do it the correct way. There we go. Much better. We'll go ahead and set up the other side. This is actually the longest part of the mission, is just setting these tracks up. There we go. Alright, so now we have 2 stations set up. Let me go ahead and click these off.
The US Air Force is
So
always
stop
late.
blinking. Now we gotta set up the signaling system. Now the easiest way is just go right here, and we're gonna put one-way signal on each side. Don't need to do more than that. So there's gonna be one right here, which is basically saying that top track is basically going from right to left. It can only go one way. Same thing on this side. We're gonna go ahead and set up on the southbound side a one-way light, basically, so the southbound lane only goes from west to east, so left to right. And then we can turn the one-way sign off. We're just going to make a bunch of different signals on each side. That way, if there's trains following each other, they can follow pretty closely. The more trains you have, typically the closer you want these. We're not going to have a whole lot of trains running on this track, more than likely. We can always add more signals if we need to, so don't worry about putting too many or too little. little bit more spread out. It's got a lot of room to cover. Probably only have 2 trains running all the way down here anyway, so it's not going to make much of a difference. Alright, so that's one setup. Now we need to set up the other 2. So go back to tracks, and we'll go ahead and let's do the outer one first. So bring it down to about right here, and then we can start the curve into the bottom side. There we go, and then we want a parallel track coming out. And we're just going to run this all the way back up to the station. Again, you want the crisscross parallel tracks coming out. That way you can switch off which track it needs to be on. And then basically we just got to set up the signals. So again, we want one way coming up, and then we want one way coming down right here. And then the rest of the signals can be put one right here for the other trains. The rest can be all-way signals. Okay, so that one's set up. Next thing we got to do is set this one up right here. I'm probably going to have it come out this way and around. You could try to go this way. I'm just afraid there's not really a whole lot of room before that tunnel. So I'm going to have it come out of this side. Let's see how I want to do this. So this would be the inner line right here. Get it right there. There we go. And we want a parallel track coming out. And then same thing, just make sure to crisscross the lines. Coming out of, oh, I didn't do that one correctly. See, the little things, if you don't pay attention to detail, you can definitely mess up by not connecting them properly. So that would be, let's see, if I can get it. There's one, and we need one coming the other way. There's 2. And then just got to set the signal, so this would be the one way coming right here, and the one way on the outside going out would be right there. The rest can be all-way signals. Alright, perfect. So now really all we need is train depots, from what I can tell. And the other thing is, you could set these lines up so they both go both ways. They would have, you know, tracks going this way and this way. We may have to do 2 train depots. Actually, we can just do one down here more than likely. Let's see if we can make this work, even though it's kind of built into a mountain right here. So, it's train depot. I'm going to actually build it down. We may have to have a tunnel coming out, which is fine, not a huge deal. And then let's see if we can get the track from there to there. Perfect. Alright, now we just got to set up the 3 lines. Let's go ahead and make the lines first. So we're going to be going from here. This will be train, machine, delivery to workshop. Next will be the plank delivery to workshop. And then one more. It's going to be the steel delivery to the workshop. Alright, let's go ahead and buy the 3 trains. We can also upgrade it to more trains later. I'm going to go ahead and use the super cheap locomotive. You can use pretty much whatever you want. It doesn't make a huge difference. So let's go ahead and set up the machines delivery first. I'll make these relatively long. This will be the machine delivery. Just want to edit this before we buy it. So next one's going to be the flat car with side stakes for the still and plank delivery. Let's make it under 200 meters. I'm gonna buy 2 of these. I'm gonna set up for one for the plank delivery and the next one for the still delivery. And how come practice flights hasn't happened yet? It should have been done. Oh, I didn't set up the golf course route. There we go. We do get an error again because it's only landing and taking off from the golf course, but it's fine to get the practice flights in. And I do want to see how long the train is compared to our platform. It should be a little bit shorter. We shall see. I'm not sure why machines are not lining up as of yet. They should be. Okay, our train could be a little bit longer. Okay, we have still lining up. We have planks lining up, which is good. Why don't we have machines lining up? Does it take longer? I do want to make sure these all come. Okay, so we're good on here. Don't know why the machines aren't lining up. This is highlighted. Maybe we need to make it a little bit closer. Production's at 100%. Is that a passenger platform? Is that what I use, or is that? No, it should be cargo. It's actually cargo. So we're good on that. Let's give it another minute or two. Maybe it's just not close enough to the actual plant. Still's good. Plank's good. That's gonna be on the same platform, which is fine. Okay, so we're good on that. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this and edit it. I think maybe it's not fully encompassed or it's not close enough. So let's go ahead. Let's pause this real quick. I'm gonna delete. Yeah, I'm gonna delete this. And try to make it closer. So let's delete the road. And cargo's terminus station. That's good on there. Looks like it was okay. I'm gonna do something a little different actually. Let's go ahead and delete this road. I'm gonna put just a regular cargo station so that's parallel and connected. There we go. Now we know 100% it's connected, and then we'll just connect these tracks back together. And then we got to fix the route for the train. So let's go ahead and find the machines delivery route. So here. I don't want to do new line. I want to change this line. So add station. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and fast forward it. Let's find the train that's on here. We have to.
Heavens! Mr. Hughes
So that's back
crashed
off
in the
now.
course of a test flight over the country club and suffered serious injuries. Now he's bored stiff in the hospital.
All right,
and
let's see if we have
with a
machines
motorized hospital
coming as
bed.
of yet.
He wants to have a prototype built right there, according to his
Definitely
instructions.
connected now. You guys can see that. Even though we cut off that road, should probably reroute it somehow. Let me go ahead and reroute this road. You know what it is? We have the wrong type of train on here. I see what it is. We have the wrong type of... so my fault. I don't know why I did that. We gotta modify it to have the box cars on here. It's totally my fault. There we go. Modify it. There we go. Now we have machines lining up. Did I use box cars for one of the other routes? That's the next question I have. No, it's side stakes. I thought I used box cars on the first one, but I guess not. Alright, well, everything's set up now. So the next step is going to be... Got that. Flying ace. Deliver tools. So we gotta deliver steel and tools to the hospital. Okay. So pretty easy for this one. Go ahead and set up a truck stop here. Right outside the hospital. And then we're going to set up a truck station by our railroad station or cargo station. So this is going to be... Make sure I have that right. Okay, yeah, that's right. So it's be truck, steel, and tools to hospital. And then we just need a few cargo trucks on there. Let's go ahead and put, I guess 5 for now is fine. Steel and tools to hospital. Now, as the trains come in, it should offload some of what's needed to this truck station, is my hope. Just have to wait till the next train comes in. You can see the signaling system is working. It stopped this train from coming on the tracks and blocking this one coming down. Alright, let's see if this is steel or tools. It should offload some there. So it is still. See if some pops up here or not. Nothing as of yet. But I think it's because it's probably just started loading up the platform. We'll give it another round, make sure things are set up correctly. Other thing is we could also set up multiple trains to deliver machines, tools, steel, planks, everything else. We'll go ahead and set up one more. Just going to the tool section, since it's such a long ways down there. So this will be machine, delivery. I don't know why I didn't put tools. There we go. So now we got 2 trains running all the way out to San Francisco and back. So we haven't completed the, I guess, the tools quite yet. I'm no concern. Let's see what happens here, where these tools go. There we go. Okay, completed that task that time around.
The orders placed by the army were unable to be completed. As a penalty, Congress has now ordered your boss to fly.
Alright, so now we need to transport 10 people from Santa Barbara to San Francisco. Pretty easy, just go ahead we already have the route set up, so we just need to buy 2 or 3 airplanes. I'm just going to go and put 2 airplanes on this one, and we'll do Santa Barbara to LA. Is that what we gotta do? No, wait, hang on. We need to do actually Santa Barbara to San Francisco, so we gotta set up a new line. So it'd be Santa Barbara to San Francisco, which is right here. There we go. What's going on with the Flying Ace? Deliver steel and tools to the hospital. Okay, we should be doing that as well. Let me come down here and look. Okay, so it is delivering steel to the hospital, so we do have what's getting delivered to the train station now partially going to the hospital, which is good. Let's go ahead, since we got some time, let's ride with this train on the way back. We'll do first person mode so you guys can see how this route looks all the way down with the dual tracks. It's only carrying 18 tools as of right now, which is not good. Maybe we didn't need 2 trains quite yet, but I'm sure the production will increase in the future so that both trains can get full. We do see a train in front of us. Going through the long tunnel that we built. Stop right behind this train. You can see it's all going into the platform to the left hand side, and we'll pull up, stop, wait for this train to back out. And then we'll move into the platform. That's it for that. Oh yeah, so now we got plenty of tools and still getting delivered there to the hospital. Of course, we still got some going to the factory as well. We could upgrade all these lines. You can see how much sand needs to get to the golf course. So it's really, I mean, how much do you want to upgrade it? How much traffic do you want? The train seems to be doing relatively good. Let me look at it real quick. It's probably still full, going both ways. There it is. So it's only holding 150 out of 216. We're actually losing money as of right now, but let's see what happens once we deliver that. We should be making money overall. Oh yeah, you can see how much we're making right there. Of course, people going by air doesn't necessarily help the train station, I'm sure. So I think the last 2 months was the first time we lost money. But it's been doing pretty good over the course of the past few years. Our 2-month earnings is 8.5 million right now, so we're doing pretty decently. Train's making easily $1 million plus, and it's full. Lots of people waiting to go to San Francisco from Santa Barbara. There we go.
After the unpleasant issue with Mr. Hughes' film studios have several sensational projects.
Okay, so this wants us to do 3 different things for 3 different studios.
With the right props.
This one's pretty easy right here. I'll show you guys. Okay, so we got to decorate this film set with benches and street lights. So basically go in here. All we're going to do is add a couple of benches, add a couple of street lights. That's the easiest one. The next two are going to want us to deliver stuff.
The automatic... Mr. Hughes is... The staff working on the set are on strike. What nerve.
Okay, so we're going to have a couple lines to set up.
The
So this one needs
an
planks.
enterprising newspaper tycoon
This one needs
is supposed to
steel.
become an exceptional masterpiece. Help with building the extravagant scenery that's intended to form the setting for the drama. A group of screenwriting hacks is supposed to be responsible for the pinko epidemic. Find out where these agitator characters hold their meetings. The communist forces are slick
Basically just following
and
the clues
dodge
for
your
this one.
investigations. Stake out their homes in Santa Barbara and Bakersfield without attracting attention.
So we'll do find the houses in a second. Let's go ahead and get the planks and the steel delivered to the sets real quick. So for this, I'm just going to go ahead and set up a truck station. Probably use the same truck station for both, which is fine. And we'll be going from... where are we at? Okay, over here. Truck station right here. To truck station, or truck stop right there. This will be called steel and plank delivery to studio. And then we just gotta get a few. I'm gonna actually, let's see. We'll use this guy right here. Make sure it can carry steel and planks, this is good right here. We'll set up 5 on the line. So steel and plank delivery to studio. Go ahead and click on the question mark down here as well.
Ha! You've caught the pinko
So we did
rats
find the
in
houses
act
just by
with a
clicking on
handful of
the actual
ideological
question marks.
pamphlets. Now the actress Jane Wright.
Alright, so we're delivering planks. We are delivering steel. So we need to provide an airplane for the journey to Washington by selling any airplane. Let's go ahead and sell one on the Santa Barbara route. So let's see. There we go. Let's go ahead and sell one of these.
So, the main culprits have been blacklisted. Now it's just a case of getting the
There we go.
comic threat is
Completed the
over and
blockbuster
done with.
bonus task right
Nothing's
there.
done.
Pretty easy. Alright, so we're just waiting on completing the second and third film sets, which will complete the dress the sets mission. And eventually planks should be added to this line right there. This is planks right here. No, it's steel. Next one is tools, and we should have planks coming at some point. We could cut this line off completely to help the planks go to the studio, or still in planks, but let's see what happens once we get planks first. The planks should definitely be added to there. Where's the planks train at? It's coming down right now. Let's see what happens once the planks are delivered. We should get planks here. And on the next steel delivery, we should get steel going to the studio as well. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Alright, planks, let's see what happens. Come on, planks should go right there. There we go. Only 2. There's a lot still being allocated to the probably Mr. Hughes factory right there. Let's see what happens once steel is delivered though. That's tools. And next one steel. I may have to set up another train for both planks and steel delivery. Alright, let's see what happens on this delivery. This will tell us if we need to set up another train for both or not. Alright. I think we probably need to cut this line off altogether. And do the steel and plank delivery, because all the steel basically went to the hospital. Or we can set up 2 more trains. Let's try setting up 2 more trains first. We definitely want steel and plank. And we want to buy 2 of these. Put 1 on the steel. And then 1 on the plank. Alright, got more planks going to the studio now, which is good. 6 in total. It's just a matter of time now. Don't want to ruin or mess up the route going to the hospital, although it would make things a little quicker. So I just added basically a train to each of the steel routes and the planks routes, so we got 2 going back and forth now. That guy's full, but we need planks more than anything. This should give it plenty of room to stop outside here and not block the traffic on the main line, which it will. Okay, so we're good on that. Perfect. Now we got plenty of planks getting delivered, also plenty of steel. And see, we got steel on the line to the studio now as well, which is good. Go ahead, add 2 more trucks. Go steel and plank delivery to the studio. Again, you could increase the line to the hospital as well. I'm gonna go ahead and put some more trucks on there since we got so much backed up there. I'm gonna go ahead and put probably 7 more going to the hospital. This truck station may be crowded for a minute once those 7 trucks hit, but we're good. Let's see what our profit does here in a little bit. I bought a bunch of trains, that's why we're negative 15 million right now, but as soon as those trains start making money, it will pay for themselves here in the next 2-3 months. Alright. Got one of the studios, now we just need to deliver steel. To the other studio. We should already have trucks on the road to deliver the rest of the 5 that they need. But that's how to set up a dual line. You could probably do things a little bit better, but it's plenty for this mission. We don't have a whole lot of trains coming in. We have a little bit of a backup here. But you can see we're using both platforms as they come in. You can see, look at our earnings right now. We're 23 million in the positive every 2 months. That will go down a little bit as the time goes on, but that's what you want to see for your profit right there. Adding airplanes would of course increase your profit quite a bit. Those are easy money makers. You can see a bunch of people waiting to go from San Francisco to LA. 1 train seems to be sufficient, or 1 big train for this particular mission. Let's see how full this guy is. Probably not all the way. Yeah, it's about halfway full right now. We could modify this to be a little bit shorter, and it would actually save a little bit of money. Let's take 2 of these guys off. Hopefully it'll make the train a little bit more profitable as well.
The most exciting
Right,
project
so now we got to deliver sand to set 4.
To film the life of the great
And super easy to set
In the
up.
starring role,
Truck stop
the
there.
legendary
Let's go
John
ahead and
Wayne
add a
himself
street going
creates
north.
an authentic Mongolian desert scenario.
And then to set up a new line. So this will be truck, sand delivery to set. And we'll go ahead and buy the vehicles up here. Make sure it carries sand. Let's go ahead and set up 5. There we go. The line is set up. And this one should have sand. Yeah, you can already see sand's loading up for set 4 already, relatively quickly, which is good. One of the bonus tasks coming up is probably the hardest one on this mission. I'll show you guys how to do it here in a second. And for that, I'm actually going to go ahead and put down a couple of waypoints here. And I'll explain why in a minute. I'm just going to put 3 on each side of the city. So wait till the sand delivery gets done. They're already picking up the sand right now, so that'll be over relatively fast. Yeah, we're making a killing on the profit. What do we start? I think we started around with $500 million or so. We're already back up to 460 and making 20 plus every 2 months. So I think we'll be pretty close to 500 million unless we start spending more money for some reason. Lots of people need to go from LA to San Francisco. We could buy a ton of planes and make a lot more money. Let's go ahead and put a couple on there. This will be LA to San Fran. This airport's going to be insanely busy until these planes get out. See, this one's making over about $500,000 every 2 months, which is good. So that's just going to increase our profits moving forward, adding those planes. You can see they're going to be pretty busy at this airport here for a minute. I wish there was some way to actually upgrade the airport to have 2 runways, one for takeoffs and one for landing. But you cannot do that as far as I know. Unless they add it on later on in the mission. You can't, you can only add buildings basically to the airport.
Mongol leader is in the can. Thanks to your help, shooting the film will prepare everything for the grand premiere so that the film has everyone attending, oohing and ahhing.
Okay, so first things first, we'll do this one by one. We need to deliver ice cream. Here, the ice cream factory is right there. So pretty simple, just make a truck station outside of the ice cream factory. Then set up the new line. Truck, and I think it goes, I think it's right there, hopefully. Nope, that was the wrong one. So right there. Supposed to be truck. Ice cream delivery. I don't know what I just changed. Hang on. Can we get rid of this route altogether? The golf course route? Yeah, let's go ahead and sell that guy. We don't need him. And we don't need the golf course route. We do got to put some trucks on the ice cream route, so let's go ahead and get something that carries ice cream. We'll put, I guess, 4 trucks on it for now. Ice cream delivery. Let's click on the next.
Everything is ready.
Question mark right here.
Your boss's behavior is making you nervous. In the end, wasn't the film as good as it seemed? At any rate, it seems advisable to pacify the invited press a bit, just to be on the safe side. A long bus ride.
So here's the hardest task that I've had so far. This one took me a second to get. So for the premiere, click on this first. Okay. We basically have to make a line going from here to the Premiere, which I'm not sure. That's the hospital. That's the hotel. Alright, here's the cinema for the Premiere. So on this one, all we have to do is make a bus station right here by the Premiere. And then I'm going to take the airport off of this line in LA first. And I'll show you guys why here in a second. So we need to remove one. Let's set up a new line. It's going to go from here to our waypoints. I'm just going to use 2 waypoints for now. I think that will be plenty. And then it will go to the Premiere. So this will be bus Premiere route. And basically, we're trying to make the... what is it? I'm trying to read it. So basically, we're making the press take as long of a ride as possible is really what we're trying to do. So let's go ahead and add probably 2 buses to that route. It'll be plenty. And we'll track how long it takes real quick. So there we go. So we established these stops. It will tell us when the vehicle's en route. And I think we have to get people lined up here first before it will say vehicle en route. So if it doesn't say it after it gets to this point, where's it going? That's a question. Okay, so now we're actually on the route, which is good. Counting the seconds up. It has to go to this waypoint first, and then this waypoint, and then back to this line, which should hopefully be more than 300 seconds. So we'll find out here in a minute. I think we're getting towards the end of the mission as well. A little bit over an hour so far, which it is definitely a long mission, but it's easy. It's just setting up a bunch of different lines. You can see all the lines that we set up as well. Oh, hang on. Let me do all the lines. There we go. There's all the lines we set up. Quite a few, not including the ones we already deleted. And we're almost to the 300-second mark, which is good. Worst case scenario, if this isn't long enough, we can add the 3rd waypoint in that line and we'll be okay. Almost at the 300-second mark. There we go.
Despite all the effort, the critics panned the film and tore it apart.
And basically we just have to generate money on this part, which this should go relatively quickly. We're making, like I said, 20+ million every 2 months.
Circulation to spare him from any more gloating.
I went down quite a bit right there. But anyways, that will tick off here in a second. You can see it's going up. It's already above 1 million right now. That's it.
And managed to buy back all of the copies of the film before it received.
It's all 3 bonus tasks for this particular mission.
And Mr. Hughes.
Let me get back to the main
The
menu
Middle
real quick.
Kingdom after the great.
Alright guys, that's it for that particular mission. Relatively easy. I did show you guys how to do the dual track on the trains. If you guys can, hit the like up on the video if this helped you out as far as finding the bonus mission or even the regular task. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and I'll see you guys on the next mission. I appreciate it. Cheers.
Don't you know?